Chapter 11: Managing Global Competitive Dynamics. Opening Case. Emerging Markets. Emirates Fights Legacy Airlines and Regional Rivals. Launched in 1985 in Dubai, United Arab Emirates (UAE), Emirates Airlines has become one of the world's most powerful airlines. It has an all-wide-body fleet of 138 planes and 140 more on order, including 50 Airbus A380s. It flies to over 100 cities in over 60 countries. It is the largest customer of the ultra-long-range Boeing 777s and one of the earliest and largest users of A380s. With these capable jets, any two cities in the world can be linked with one stop via Dubai. Emirates is blessed by its location. Geographically, Dubai International Airport, or DXB, may be regarded as the center of the world, known as a natural pinch point. It is the ideal stopping point for air traffic between Europe and Asia, and between Africa and Asia. 2 billion people live within 4 hours of flying time from Dubai, and 4 billion can be reached within 7 hours. Connecting 220 destinations, DXB handles over 40 million passengers a year. New expansion will allow DXB to serve 60 million a year in the future. Since Dubai's own population is fewer than 4 million, most are expatriates, the majority of the passengers are connecting or transit passengers who are not from or going to Dubai. DXB's expansion will have to rely on customers from the rest of the world. Will they come? Firmly believing that connecting passengers will come, Emirates positions itself as a super connector airline. It has directly challenged traditional long-haul carriers such as British Airways, Air France, and Lufthansa. These legacy airlines fear that, just like no-frills competitors squeeze their short-haul flights, Emirates can threaten their profitable long-haul business. This fear is understandable, as Emirates already has more intercontinental seats than BA and Air France combined. Emirates has launched services connecting Dubai with secondary but still sizable cities such as Manchester, Hamburg, and Kolkata. These cities are, respectively, neglected by BA, Lufthansa, and Air India, which focus on their hubs. Passengers flying, for example, from Hamburg to Sydney may not care whether they change planes at Frankfurt or Dubai, especially when Emirates flies newer and quieter planes, offer cheaper tickets, and provides nicer amenities at DXB. One of Emirates' open secrets of success is to fly supersized planes. One A380 can carry 500 passengers to reduce cost per passenger. The savings help it undercut fares of legacy airlines. While legacy airlines fight back with their own aggressive pricing, they have also complained that Emirates receives unfair subsidies ranging from cheaper fuel to lower airport fees. In fact, Emirates pays slightly more for fuel at home, DXB, than abroad because of the lack of refining capacity in the Gulf. It and 129 other airlines at DXB pay the same airport fees. True, neither Emirates nor its employees pay taxes, but The upshot is that Dubai's social services are poor for expatriates. Emirates ends up spending $400 million a year to provide accommodation, health care, and school for its staff, a huge expense that rivals do not have to cup up. From an institution based view, Emirates thrives on treaties that permit flights between two countries by an airline from a third country. The model works best on long haul flights requiring refueling at DXB. As the chorus of complaints from its rivals grows, in theory, if these rivals mobilize enough political muscle, they can convince European governments to deny route applications from Emirates. But chances are so slim because such a political decision would hurt Airbus and European jobs. So Emirates is in an advantageous position in its dogfights against legacy airlines. Emirates does face emerging competition from two regional rivals, which have realized that geographic advantage is not a Dubai or Emirates monopoly. Doha, Qatar, is only 200 miles from Dubai. Imitating Emirates, Qatar Airways was founded in 1992. It now has 82 aircraft plus 180 on order, including 5 A380s and 50 all-new A350s, Airbus's answer to the Boeing 787. Qatar Airways will be the launch customer of the A350, replacing its aging Doha International Airport, which handles 15 million passengers in 2010. Qatar will open a brand new international airport in 2012 with a capacity of 24 million and an expanded capacity of 48 million by 2015. Closer to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, a fellow emirate in the UAE, launched Etihad Airlines in 2003. It quickly became the fastest growing airline in the history of commercial aviation. Now, with 64 aircraft, it has another 100 on order. Only a 45 minutes drive from DXB, Abu Dhabi International Airport currently serves a total of 11 million passengers. It is also aggressively expanding its capacity to reach 20 million in 2012 and 40 million a few years later. Not to be outgunned, Dubai has upped the ante in the arms race in airport building. Starting in 1950, DXB has experienced an annual growth rate of 15%. Today, it is already the world's third busiest international passenger airport after London Heathrow and Hong Kong, and the seventh busiest cargo airport, and is being expanded as noted earlier. Yet Dubai is building an even larger airport, Dubai World Central Al Maktoum International, or DWC, which partially opened in 2010 with one runway for cargo flights only. When completed, this new airport will be the largest in the world with 5 parallel runways and an annual passenger capacity of 160 million. By 2015, the expanded DXB, the new DWC, Doha's new airport, and Abu Dhabi's expanded airport, all within spitting distance of each other, according to The Economist, will surpass the capacity of London Heathrow, New York JFK, Tokyo Narita, Singapore, and Frankfurt airports combined. None of those airports can be expanded easily. The 3 super duper connectors from the Gulf are destined to grab a bigger piece of the sky, but not all is likely to be rosy. Will there be that much air traffic? Some analysts speculate that there may only be 2 survivors of the 3 superconnectors. Facing such a future, Emirates is determined to stay in the game and lead the pack. End of opening case taken from The Economist, 2010, entitled Rulers of the New Silk Road, June 5th edition. In the rivalry among Emirates, Western Legacy Airlines, and regional rivals from the Persian Gulf, why are certain actions taken but not others? Once one side initiates an action, how does the other side respond? These are some of the key questions in this chapter, which focuses on such competitive dynamics, or actions and responses undertaken by competing firms. Actions and responses undertaken by all competing firms. Since one firm's reactions rarely go unnoticed by rivals, the initiating firm would naturally like to predict its rival's responses before making its move. This process is called competitor analysis, or the process of anticipating rivals' actions in order to both revise a firm's plan and prepare to deal with rivals' response. Advocated by the ancient Chinese strategist Sun Tzu, who taught that you must not only know yourself but also your opponents. As military officers have long known, a good plan never survives the first contact with the enemy because the enemy does not act accordingly to our plan. The key word is interaction, how firms interact with rivals. This chapter first discusses competition, cooperation, and collusion. Then we draw on the institution-based and resource-based views to shed light on competitive dynamics. Attack, counterattack, and signaling are then outlined, with one interesting extension on how local firms fight multinational enterprises, or MNEs, in emerging economies. Debates and extensions follow. End of chapter introduction. Chapter 1, Section 1, Competition, Cooperation, and Collusion. War and Peace. While militaries fight over territories, waters, and airspace, firms compete over market shares. Note the military tone of such terms as attacks and price wars. While it often seems that business is war, it is obvious that military principles cannot be completely applied in business. The marketplace, after all, is not a battlefield where participants must either kill or be killed. In business, it is possible to compete and win without destroying the opposition. Business is simultaneously war and peace. Alternatively, most competitive dynamics terms can also be explained in terms of sports analogies such as offense and defense.